Hi everyone, thanks a lot for being with us. It's a Sunday, we're here for a day trip at the Wilderness Shelter. We're going to do a little bit of work around camp and see how far we can go. It's pretty close to having everything ready for our winter camping season, so we're just here for the day to tie up a few things. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Sandra's here. It's chilly.
Yes.
Should be a fun day. So thanks a lot for joining us, folks. As we were walking in here, a bit surprised, there must have been a lot of freezing rain here recently because there's probably around 5-6 inches of snow, but the boots aren't sinking in at all, as you can see. So there's a really hard layer of crust already. So that's a bit surprising. An awful lot of tracks. There's rabbit tracks, well, right here we have rabbit tracks, mouse track, some other things. Also, we noticed that there was at least a coyote. It seemed like there may have been a few more. It's the first time I've seen so much evidence of them. We've had pictures, but there are tracks everywhere on the trail leading towards our camp. They seem to have petered off as we start to get closer and closer to the camp, which is nice. But yeah, a lot of activity. We hadn't seen any rabbits at all the whole fall, and now we're seeing tracks everywhere, so that's nice to see as well. So thanks a lot again for joining us. We're going to see how far we can go. First, I'm going to take down the tarp above our shelter, and Sandra's going to get right to work at gathering supplies to start a fire. So that's the plan for now, and we'll see how far we can get. Hey, Sandra.
Right on.
I don't see no coyote tracks.
Squirrel here.
Squirrel here. We got rabbit tracks.
Rabbit. Oh, squirrel went into the shelter.
So there's the plastic sheet we're going to put across the front. And that gray tarp above the top, that's coming down, and it's going to be readjusted as I'm going to trim some of the front poles. Now, when I first saw this bundle of trees 3-4 weeks ago, branches, I indicated that they were great for starting a fire. They absolutely are. I also indicated that even if there's snow on it, I can just shake it off and we're good to go. I didn't anticipate, which I should have, freezing rain. So that makes things a little bit harder because it is coated, and so even if it flames up, you know, it needs to warm up a bit to dry that off. So that's why we're going to mix in some hardwood from the logs we brought from the hot tent. I'm going to chop those up into smaller pieces to get some kindling. We'll put this on top, it'll melt the snow, and that'll give us a good start so we can start throwing some other logs on it. Most of the wood we're going to find is going to be covered in a little bit of ice, so having that hardwood over there to get things started, really worth it. Alright, I call that good. this should give us a pretty good start. I'm gonna break up some of the hardwood into kindling.
Yeah.
See if we can get a fire started. It's chilly, but
Yeah, working is fine.
yeah,
If you stop.
I'm actually overheating. I might take off a layer.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of wearing layers instead of one big jacket. It's easy to go back and forth and make sure you regulate your temperature right. I keep this on because it acts as a windbreaker, so, and also if any snow falls from the trees, it's not going to melt on me. How's the lumber mill working out?
Great.
Nice. Good job. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There's the old shell. Nice.
Oh, there's black flies there too.
So we took down the tarp, and we have, it's odd, but like there's these 5 moths here just lined up. I have to assume it's some type of hibernation. Didn't expect that. Is that moss as well? Holy jeez. Huh, sorry guys.
So we never did show you this, but we have a basement too now that we can store stuff in. We'll have to fix the bed after. Okay. So we'll probably need paracord to tie those down once you're done.
Yeah, let's lay my bag. So I'm just going over the jam knots that we had and tightening them up, and then I'm adding a half hitch so that they stay tight. Yeah, if I were to start over again, I would probably do a different kind of knot. I probably should do it now, but this is the one that I know. I'll have to go out and take the time and do it right.
So what I had stored underneath the bed is new reflective sheets that I bought. This is what I bought here. So I bought 2 of those, and we're gonna put those in the roof to for when we do the super shelter or when we want to sleep here, so it reflects the heat back down on us. Last year we had them put up on the inside, suspended by these ropes, but since we're taking the roof off, I think I'm gonna put them on top before we put the tarp back up, so they'll be laying up top here instead, and they won't drape down. They're also better quality than what we had last year. They're not the cheap crinkly stuff. They're more heavy duty with grommets in the corners, so we can tie them out nicely. So I'm gonna put that on the roof before we put the tarp back up, once Mike's done retying our knots.
Well, we found a couple that were loose, so not too bad. Not too bad.
They're also going right through.
So there's the reflective sheet that we're going to put above our roof beams. And then we're going to put another one right next to it. And another one on the back. We're probably not going to put one on the sides. We'll see how it goes. Then once we have these settled like we want, we're going to reset the tarp that goes above everything. And that should hold this stuff in place. Might also tie them out just to make sure they're nice and solid. But I think this is going to work out pretty good. It's going to give us some good coverage. Right at the point of our roof there, we're going to bring the tarp so it wraps around this beam here that Sandra's pointing at. So we're going to trim all the poles at the top so that it makes it a nice smooth wrap around that front. And once we have that done, then we should be better set to have less air gaps. So we're going to try this out, see how it works, and if nothing else, we're going to have some dry firewood for a fire today.
Yeah.
Alright, time to start trimming. Oh, I'm afraid you can't uncut.
Where do you want this one, like here?
Yeah, no shorter than that. There we go.
So now
Oh man, I won't lie, I'm a bit scared that this might actually do more harm than good, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm just shaving around the edge of the log so that when we wrap the tarp around it, that it doesn't have a sharp edge that might aid in puncturing it. So just smoothing it out a little bit. I don't expect it to do miracles, but should be enough to basically make the tarp last a bit longer. It's a pretty heavy duty tarp we have, so I'm not overly concerned. But it's just a fail-safe. I know some people will say that I'm cutting towards me, but there's a fair amount of distance between it and me. Basically, I'm using my body weight to cut it, so even if the knife flips, I'm moving backwards with it, so perfectly safe. This is fat wood we brought from home. We knew it was a short day. We didn't have a lot of time, so I'm trying to speed things up. And you're also going to see something you don't often see on this channel. Show you guys in a minute. Usually I'd only use one to get some, basically some shavings to start the fire, and I would save the rest of it. But this time, a lot of our brush here is full of ice. I know it might be a little bit of struggle. I'm making a mistake. I'm going a little bit quick, and I'm trying to cheat my way through this fire. I got a feeling that I may have to restart the fire, because I haven't cut wood in smaller pieces. I'm hoping that this fat wood will allow me to cheat. This is more than likely a mistake, but we'll see how it works out. And this is what you don't usually see on this channel. Lighter. So let's see how this works out. So I know that this fat wood's going to burn. That's no problem. But whether or not our branches full of ice and snow are going to go, we'll see. More than likely a mistake. You guys can laugh at me in the comments if you like, and I don't blame you. So,
At least you got some nice dry wood there to put on.
yeah, that's the hope that this wood will assist us. Let's see how it goes.
Split some smaller ones too. Trying to send a smoke signal?
Well,
Somebody's going to think we're burning tires.
well, they say where there's smoke, there's fire.
Big black smoke.
No, good. Getting these thin slivers of dry wood should help us along, hopefully. I think we're good. I think our fire's going. Oh, really happy about that. That wasn't an easy one. Probably should have taken more time and chopped up some of that hardwood we had. I do believe we are good to go.
cold while I was tying.
Yeah.
If you heat the gloves, then it's like a little oven in there.
Yeah. We have a decent fire going now.
Yeah. There's a water down there.
Really flowing.
Yeah.
Nice and clean. There. Should help get up our water slowly, but surely. So just getting more firewood for our fire there to keep it going. Sandra's working away at putting on the reflective sheet. Once she's done that, then we're going to reset the top tarp. And hopefully that goes smoothly, but rarely ever does. But we're going to give that a try, and then we're probably going to have our supper. I was hoping to put up the reflective, not the reflective, but the super shelter sheet across the front. But that's probably going to have to wait till next time. All these projects, it's going to pay off soon, I hope. Okay. Okay. I have a little bit of smoke in my face here, but as you guys can see now, we've brought it down a little bit further. Before it would just stick out up to here, and we'd have to kind of do this weird little job with the bungees, which is always ugly. And it created some air gaps when we had our plastic sheet for the super shelter. That's a big crow.
Yeah, they were fighting. There was another one.
Anyway, so now we're able to wrap it in, and we're going to tie it up to a beam here. You guys can't see it, but we'll show you what we have once we have everything all wrapped up. But this is going to work a whole lot better, and I think it's going to look a whole lot nicer. So we'll see how it works out, and we'll show you guys the finished product soon.
Hot.
Let's move it in the front.
Huh?
Move it in the front where it was at the beginning.
But it's probably okay. It just needed to be moved around a little bit. Here. They're hiding this rope on me.
Well,
Yeah, maybe we should have taken it down, so if we need to put it up again, we can put it behind the tarp. I'll just untie this end, hopefully we can sneak it through.
Right.
I'm untying.
Yeah.
You know my specialty?
Yeah.
Untying?
Thank you.
That's what I just did there.
Appreciate it.
Untied.
We appreciate your efforts.
I could take this one down too if it's in your way.
Here at I Am Outdoorsy Corp. Smoke. No matter where I'm going to move, I'm going to get smoke in my eyes. I know it. Can't breathe. Can't breathe and tie at the same time.
Yeah, I'm going to untie this other one. It needs to be untied from your side though.
I don't know what to do here because I can't. I got too much smoke. Damn it. Maybe use that and try to blow smoke away while I try to tie this up.
That working?
A little bit.
Better?
Yep. Thank you.
You got anything you need to forge?
Nope.
No?
Alright. Thank you. Made a world of difference.
I'm just going to untie this rope here that I want to take down.
Here we go. And I'm crying because there's a lot of smoke in my eyes.
Or is it?
Or it's just so beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, that's better than it was before. Still need to tie out the end there, but. Whew. Alright. Our water is boiling. So I'm going to keep working away at the tarp, and Sandra's probably going to start prepping up our supper. Okay?
Works for me.
Works for you?
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too. We're having pho. We often call it pho, or pho, but I think it's pronounced pho. Asian noodle, rice noodle, and we brought in some shrimp to go with it, and we also are adding some ginger and soya. So that's going to be really good. Nice and warm too. And I'm done crying. For now. Okay, so we had a bit of an issue with the camera battery. It's so cold, the batteries aren't lasting, so apologize. But Sandra's been prepping up our supper. We're having Asian pho, like I mentioned earlier. These are packaged units that we get that already have the rice noodles and the spices all together. However, we add some other stuff just to kind of make it a bit extra special. So Sandra, she's going to go over what we added to it.
So yeah, so I put the noodles in there with the seasoning spices that come with it, and we add soya sauce and some grated ginger to it, it gives it a good flavor. And we're also going to throw in some shrimps. So these are already pre-cooked, but I kind of want to warm them up, and I'm not sure I got enough room to put them in the dishes right now. So I've got some leftover water in my pot here, so I'm going to dump them in there to get them heated up. So now we just have to wait 15-20 minutes. Should be all cooked and good to go.
Okay, so our meal should be pretty much done. Time to enjoy some pho. Yours? It's hot.
Yeah, good. That's how I wanted it to be.
Bring mine.
Hot. So we might have to drink a little juice before we can put the shrimp in there.
Oh, the shrimp's not in it yet?
Well, no, we put it in the pot.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting the order of things. It's a delicate job. How many do we have each?
7, I think.
There we go. We can really smell the ginger coming through. It smells really nice. And you guys probably can't see because the noodles are so white, but there's a good nice broth underneath with soya and ginger and the spices that come with the pho. So it's smelling really good. We're gonna enjoy this. Oh, hungry. What do you think?
Me too.
Alright, let's eat. Okay, so while I wait for my my meal to cool off a little bit, just want to take a minute. Thank you guys for watching and kind of go over the day and our plans coming forward. So we got the tarp reset like you guys saw. Sandra also added this reflective material. Before we would have it here and it would kind of dangle. It would do fine, but this is a little bit more of a permanent setup now, and I really like the look of it because now we can see the bones of our shelter. I really like the way our roof is set up. So really happy with that. It's now there set permanently. Also with that nice and snug there, so when we put the plastic sheet, it should keep a lot more of our warmth inside. All positive. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's so appreciated. I'm sorry I'm falling a little bit behind in the comments of the videos, but I'm going to do my best to catch up. I have been reading them all. It's just a question of getting the time. So it's been really busy lately, but it's really appreciated, and I will be getting back to you as soon as I can. Right now we're going to enjoy this. Well, Sandra's already enjoying it.
That's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice and hot?
Nice and warm and hot. And
nice. So we're going to finish this up, and then we're going to hike out. So thanks again for watching, folks. It's so appreciated. And we'll see you again hopefully next time. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Oh, it was good.
It's good in the bottom. That's where all the flavor is.
That's where your ginger and soya went?
Mm-hmm.